Happy go. And you know, our own dear Esosa, she was giving like 10 minutes update, every 10 minutes update, you know, in the course of that match. And I was following up on Facebook, you know, I was just having a good laugh. That was like the only way to relieve tension, you know. And then by the time Croatia scored the second goal, you know, she put it up on Facebook and she said, this is what happens when they don't allow us bring our live chickens to the stadium. You know, you know, so, but social media was on fire. Social media was lit on, yeah, you know, that match is quite memorable, not in a very good way. We hope that our dear Super Eagles, aside from all the fashion parade and all that, you will make like a better impression, you know, with Iceland. Please, we are begging. We slayed. All right, welcome to the show. Mr. Ikem Okuhu is here with us. Walk in, Mr. Ikem. Walk in, walk in. Just break the protocols and just walk in. Your chair is here. Your coffee is here. Good afternoon, Mr. Ikem. Thank you for joining us on the show.
I'm a bit late. I got to the airport road and you know these aviation tankers that express. So we practically had to queue behind it right from the toll gates to the GMT.
Okay, we have to mic you up so that we can hear you better. Anyways, Mr. Ikem Okuhu, who is a regular every Monday, he is a public relations expert and also a social commentator. And also, we've introduced great Imo Jonathan, who is a media relations expert and is also a political analyst, amongst other things. Thank you guys for joining us. All right, the third seat there is for Akogun Gani Kayode Balogun, who is a renowned journalist. We hope he'll join us in the course of the program. Now, gentlemen, let's go straight to our very first topic today, which is on illegal baby factories. Wow, interesting. Now, in its bid to eradicate the illegal orphanages, the Imo State government uncovered 157 social homes which serves baby factories across the state and recovered a number of children. This was just as the government has urged churches to establish more motherless babies' homes to stem the tide of illegal baby factories in the state. Only 15 of the 272 social homes in the state were legal. The rest were run illegally. Some of them are registered with the government, but their activities are not genuine. I must say, this is not the first time, you know, particularly Imo States, Owerri, you know, is being raided for this particular kind of thing, baby factories. I mean, it's just getting messier and messier every single day. But first, let's take the footage to this story. This is not a recent footage. This is actually in 2014, I guess, when they first of all discovered the illegal baby factories being operated within a hospital premises. This is like to refresh our minds so that we know what exactly we're talking about here. We take that footage and then we'll come back to the table. Stay with us.
Ezuma Women and Children Rights Initiative paints the picture of a humanitarian outfit, but a deeper look reveals an inhuman trade dealing in the sale of children. The baby born produced from their slender teenage bodies. These 15 teenagers work in a single line led by the so-called baby factory operator.
Yes, sir. Everything. Yes, sir.
The story of these teenagers are no doubt scary, but it's child's play considering that they have been rescued by the police.
Can you talk to us from
19-year-old Inachi Chinaza from Ebonyi State is, however, not so lucky.
I got pregnant, and when the guy that impregnated me denied it. And when I was 3 months pregnant, I decided not to abort the baby. Then I decided to look for a homeless home where I can keep the baby after delivery. When I came to Abia State, someone directed me to Ezuma Private Hospital. When I got there, the doctor told me that the baby will be kept for me after I've delivered and it will be taken care of by them. I didn't know that the baby would be sold out. So on 24th of November 2013, I gave birth to a bouncing baby girl that was promised to be given 100,000 naira.
I'm a medical doctor and this hospital is coming.
On the one hand, he is a medical doctor. On the other, the proprietor of a non-governmental organization. These claims are being investigated. What the police need to know right now, however, is what has happened to Inachi's child.
The father brought her when she was 1 month pregnant, and we looked after her for 8 months. And she delivered.
It's about the fate of a baby girl who was just delivered here a couple of hours ago. In our determination to find out the truth, we discovered that one of them put to bed barely 48 hours after the delivery. This so-called medical doctor snatched the baby away and took the baby to unknown destination. He told us that the baby was taken to Abia. We went to Abia only for us to be told that we were again misled. All efforts so far put in place to know the whereabouts of this baby is so far about. Although investigation is ongoing, we still believe this baby might have been a victim of ritual.
The cars parked here, which are believed to be owned by the operator of the baby factory, gives an impression of a profitable enterprise, as evil as it is. In contrast, however, is a living condition that the teenagers have to contend with. The authorities say that they are as baffled as anyone else, but that justice will take its course.
I am baffled that people can still behave as if there's no government in these states. This man that called himself Dr. Ezuma, and this is just at the heart of Owerri.
This very war will continue. I will continue with unrelenting stamina to ensure that all these miscreants are not only identified, but are exposed.
The Imo State Police Command is warning the general public to keep an eye on their teenage girls so they do not fall prey to miscreants, as they do not mean well for youth in the society. In the meantime, Mr. James Ezuma will have to remain in the custody of the police till investigations are concluded.
Welcome you back on the show. While that report was going on, our third guest joined us. He's a renowned journalist, Akogun Gani Kayode Balogun. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us. Okay. All right, so we're discussing illegal baby factories, and we saw that report there. That was in 2013, 2014, that particular one. But recently, just a couple of days ago, almost 300 illegal baby factories have been discovered yet again in Imo State, you know. And while we were watching that footage, Alera was quick to point out and ask the question, why is this very rampant, especially in the eastern part of the country? Let's start with you, Mr. Ikem.
Well, the answer is simple. I don't know. But if you do a proper audit in the media, you find out that there's a heavier preponderance of the reports from the southeast, especially around Imo axis. So whatever is the reason, it's not something I can pretend to know. But there's something I need to correct in what you're saying. You're saying illegal baby factories. There can't be any legal, baby factories in maternity home.
True.
Once it is legal, then you won't call it factory, it's a maternity home. So it's a baby factory, it's an illegal institution. And
it's a crime.
That is it. But why it is heavier down there, I don't know. And I'll tell you a story that happened last year.
Okay.
A friend of mine on Facebook, we are still friends here. She started chatting, and we were just chatting and chatting. And it got to the point where she told me she had a baby. And I said, sorry, how's your husband? She said she's not married, but that she wanted to sell. Whether I have connection in Lagos of people who could buy. So an alarm rang in my head. I quickly made contacts, and I got in touch with, I think, what's his name again? Godwin Moka or something. He's also my friend on Facebook, who is the DG of NAPTIC. I think he works with NAPTIC, this trafficking in persons thing. So the idea was to lure her
to bring the
into
baby, yes,
bringing the baby,
believing
and then
you
can
were
make an
interested.
arrest. But somehow she ceased communication. Apparently she suspected that the way I was coming forward was a bit suspicious. So she stopped chatting. I keep doing hello, 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 hello until after some months she now came back. I say, how's our deal? He said somebody else has.
Had bought the baby.
Yeah, because these people, they said they couldn't move unless they could arrest her with the evidence.
Yeah, yeah.
They were willing to provide the cash for me to pretend to be paid. Yeah. So this thing happened every day, and I think there's a very terrible hangover of our slave trading days. In us, white men came and we were blaming them and calling for reparation. Who sold our brothers to the white men? It is the kings, the chiefs, the stronger among us that picked our own brothers, our sisters, our mothers, who either were weak then or were from a so-called lower social caste, and we sold them off. If we could do that, and even after all the years, we are still picking up our own children and selling, then I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, Ms. Ike, because while we're discussing then, you mentioned something, and that was stigmatization of single mothers. Because could that be a reason why someone would want to sell a child that she carried for about 9 months?
Because of
10
social,
months, because of social
acceptance
class,
or inacceptance.
acceptance.
It's a major factor in the East. There's no denying it. Only very few single mothers are tolerated by their parents. Including, and I'm talking about even working class people who either wanted their own baby or couldn't get married and they just wanted somebody to look after them probably when they get old. Considering that even if you are from a well-off family, the line of inheritance traditionally doesn't usually favor women. So once you have any accidental belly, as it were, the struggle is to find a way to get rid of it. Otherwise, among your family, your friends, your social circle, there is a heavy stain on you. And it may probably, even if eventually you want to get married, it may probably compromise even those chances. Because it's a label that you have to just continue to live with. In addition to that, I won't really say poverty, because poverty, there's decency in even being poor. But the quest for material things, there are people who are down under, who 10,000 naira could make a whole world of difference in their lives, at least for that moment. That desperation, because most of these people didn't, a lot of them, you know, I think there was one in Nigeria some time ago where strong men were actually hired. They were paid to mate with those ladies, continue getting them pregnant, and they were just being fed.
I saw that clip, yeah.
So it has become an industry, and I think the more they fight it, the more it refuses to go away.
Okay, let's bring Great into the conversation now. Why the proliferation of these baby factories, you know, are sort of gotten out of hands? Because if at one fell swoop we're rounding up almost 300, I mean, that's like a major alarm. Why do you think this thing keeps going on?
Well, I think this situation has been for a very long time. Like my colleague here said, Mr. Kim, it is actually a cultural challenge. It's a cultural issue. In the southeastern part of Nigeria, once a teenager gets pregnant, you become an outcast. So culturally, because we also we believe in paternity, as in the male folks are the male child is considered more superior to the up until lately, when the Supreme Court just gave a judgment making women to become part owners of inheritance of the family. But beyond that, culturally, our parents don't like to see their teenage girls get pregnant and keep them at home because of how their neighbors and community will feel about it. So oftentimes what happens is that these girls, once they get pregnant, they find their way out of the home. The next is that they're looking for who to have.
Who will take them in?
And the next is that you now have these evildoers who take advantage of these teenagers, trying to help them. These teenagers don't want to go back home with those children because apparently they don't want their parents to know they are pregnant in the first place. So when they leave, they want to go somewhere someone can take care of them. After giving birth to the child,
then they go back home.
They let the baby go. And to hear that there will be some financial benefits, it becomes more interesting.
More attractive.
More attractive. And also those who are also having issues with having children, like we are talking about culture in the East, if you, the adoption of children is still not very well accepted in the East. They still believe you should have your own child, you know, from your own womb as a woman. So most of these who attempt to adopt children also look out for these illegal places to go and adopt. And some of these times, their maternities, they are existent, but they are not actually registered, properly registered, hence they are illegal.
Yeah.
And whatever activity that is carried on there, as long as they are not to the knowledge of government, that means they become illegal. So the first thing to do is to address the cultural issue, because culture is dynamic. We have to begin to educate people to know. I often, you know, praise the Yorubas for that. I often tell my Igbo friends and brothers, look at this Yoruba. No matter how the mistake, they will always accept their
Every
children.
child is
they will
accepted.
Always take care of them. And like we also even have a proverb in Igbo land which undermines that cultural practice. Which, because we have a proverb that says, nobody knows the womb that will give birth to a king. Even historically or biblically speaking, we have read stories of people like Solomon, who are not actually proper children, coming out to become the wealthiest, the most respected king in the world. We should learn from these things.
Even
and these
our
are the
Jesus in the real sense.
You understand? So we should begin to win ourselves of this cultural difference, because culture is dynamic, can always improve on what we have. And
you know, great. You actually said something, because last week, Patience and I were surfing the internet, and we saw a woman that had about 4 other children and sold that baby to take care of.
She sold one to take care of the remaining 4.
The remaining 4.
Yes.
That also goes to say that these are also symptoms of a bigger issue, which is a social problem in the society. Society that does not care for children. Society that does not care for mothers. Infant mortality rate is still high. Maternal mortality rate is still high. A society where everybody is in pursuit of materiality and we really care for one another. Because it's absorbed to hear such, and to her, the reason she did it is okay. But for us, it's not okay. Yet we will blame her. But most of us who see them in our neighborhood, we really don't care. We are beginning to lose some of the things that made our society tick. When we care for one another, there was love towards one another. In fact, these days, when I think about the rate of killings, murders and bloodletting in Nigeria, I'm wondering, we're really losing some of our core values that made us stick as a nation.
Our essence.
We really don't care for one another. Now we discriminate on the basis of tribe, religion, all manner of things. We forget our humanity, even amongst brethren. I've had a relation who is considered wealthy in Nigeria. Sometimes my brother tells me, he calls him up, he does not pick. Not that he wants to ask him for money. It's just because we feel that
we're related, you know, so let's keep in touch.
Once they reach, they go into a cocoon, they want to live alone, forgetting that they have relations. And there's an article I read in a magazine, Africa Oil and Gas, published by Toyin Akyosho. Sometimes it was titled Blood Money, showing how African riches were made. That the culture in the West is different from ours. Most of us sometimes become whatever we become on the basis of family, help, and all of that. In the West, you don't care about that. You may not see your relation. I have someone who told me that he has a German friend who he has been in Nigeria for over 10 years, and he had not seen his brother for 14 years. And they met somewhere in Sheraton. They only greeted themselves and said, "Hi, oh, you in Nigeria?" And that was it. I was telling him that that's my kid brother. So, wow, your kid brother, you live together. I said, no, I haven't seen him in 14 years. And you are just greeting
so casually.
That is how it is there. But here, it is not like that. And since the social support required to, to live this Western ideological lifestyle does not exist, we must go back to what helps us.
That's true. Well said. All right, let's bring Akogo into this conversation. So, I mean, we're all so quick, to put everything at the doorstep of poverty. Do you think poverty is a fundamental issue, in what we're talking about?
It is one of the core pillars of the problem we are discussing. But we are, especially people from the southeast and the south-south,
are still in denial that there is extreme poverty.
Extreme
in that area. I was in Port Harcourt for 4 years as a director for the entire Southeast and South. And the level of poverty that I saw. So when I go back to Lagos and I see all these big, well-to-do guys from the taxes trying to form, I always remind them that, granted that the space is very small, the entire Southeast is equivalent of your state. So there is a lot of battle for natural resources and for space.
Yes.
So that, of course, will push you in the direction where you have to excel so quickly, so fast, at a faster rate than maybe other areas in the country. But the reason why we have more baby factories in the East than any other place can be factored into 4 places.
Okay.
Economic, the one you raised, cultural, social, and then, of course, political. Because there are things we cannot run away from. If you come from an area where there's a stigma, things are bound to happen. But it's not really new. In the West, there are now people doing what they call surrogate motherhood, where you can give your egg and your husband's sperm. And then we have areas where people simply try to do surrogates for money. The earlier we realize there are a lot of women out there who cannot, out of their lifestyle or biological reasons, cannot have children, or men who cannot do the biological and other reasons, cannot have children, have the rights to use the system to get things that they want for their lives. But we are still in denial that the child must be yours biologically. Some of us are lucky to have children who look exactly like us. But you and I know the current jokes going on in the media.
Not joke. Not joke.
You know the joke you remember now of a street where one man brought a DNA machine and all the women and
everybody ran away.
Because even those
the landlord and the landlady.
Even those who think are bearing their own children, what the Yorubas would call dogmosi, in a way to make it work. So we have to face the reality that we have no social nets to really absorb those are the fringes of poverty.
That's right.
And some of them are extremely many. With those of us who live in the cities, if you go to parties in certain parts of Yoruba land, the quality of beggars that will besiege you, when you try to pick up remnants of food and all that, you realize that poverty is real and really growing in this country. How do we stop this menace? Because you have to understand the reality that a lady must, the same thing they did in Edo State, for those girls doing prostitution and those of them going to Italy. You must set up a structure to know that this is a problem and then look for a solution. Can't be all bad. If Catholicism would not allow people to have children out of wedlock, if the culture in that area will stigmatize them, it's the job of governments to ensure that they are protected. And unless that is done, those who see this as a business
will continue.
Because it is a very big industry. What we are doing is just touching the tip. Because I'm sure a lot of people are doing this that we don't even know. And they are all over the country.
And what this says also, sorry to cut you short, what this says is that there is actual demand.
Yes.
If you have factories everywhere, it means there's demand.
You hear of ritualism, you hear of Yahoo Plus,
so many.
This child trafficking, all of this, this is the fulcrum of that.
That's just it. That's
Yeah.
because it's something, it's an industry on its own that is actually making money.
And in a society where there is no accurate census, where there is no accurate data, we don't know how many we don't know those who are missing. So many of these kids have been taken out of the border. Some of them have become persons in other society we never can relate to them as Nigerian children. Though it has been happening. It will continue to happen except something proper is done.
And don't forget, on the flip side, there are also those areas of the country where they marry off children. And they have a very large preponderance of what they call the EVF.
Yes.
Also, so the girl child is really an endangered species.
Yes, so
at a particular age in Nigeria.
Exploited
in some areas,
in every way.
They marry you off very young. In areas, they turn you to prostitutes. In areas, they turn you to baby mamas.
Baby making machines.
And so we have a big problem about the future of the girl child.
Wow. I actually think that the National Orientation Agency should as well.
Even NAPTIP should go beyond arresting people who are into child trafficking to actually educating and also advocating, having some kind of advocacy program where they meet governors. coming with social agenda on how you can solve this problem. You have strategies within the organizations who should come with a roadmap to solving these issues. You make public announcement, you make presentation, you work with these governors, especially in these areas where it is endemic. And you solve
there
it.
must be
So
a
just
place
beyond
for
arresting
a young
people and all
girl
of that.
who is pregnant out of wedlock can go and get cancer.
Yes.
That's the first step. Social workers, when we were growing up, social workers were very effective in ensuring that things are done. If your parents are beating you every day and a neighbor reports, in this very Lagos, the people from the local government, what they call the CTO, will come. And father was really happy. If you have to take him to welfare or juvenile, they will take you there. All these we've lost.
We've lost all this.
Our hunger
and
for
also
money.
parents have to be a bit more responsible.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Society must
Parents,
ensure
your
that
child
parents,
gets pregnant before wedlock doesn't mean it's
That's
the end
the
of
end
the
of
road.
the
Exactly.
You have to step up as a mother, as a father. Yes.
Poverty, I need for us to properly dimension it. That parents actually, even traditionally before westernization, nurture their children as a license and a ticket to potentially take them out of poverty. So if you have a female child, every hope you have is that one day she was going to bring home a wealthy in-law who will help you in solving your problems, including enabling you take titles like your mates have taken as is in our place, help you train the other children, build a house for you, even buy a motorcycle. So the child is actually an investment.
I get what you're saying, Mr.
Which
Ike.
is where we also need to address. And it goes, when we see all this national orientation thing, NAPTIP, all of us are in the same industry.
Yeah.
We know when they want to score points, they do all these raids and bring them to the press. For me, even all these parade doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah.
That's true.
It doesn't tell us, okay, we have arrested 300 now, and we are seeing them, and everybody say, wow, no, this is not bad, this is not good. And then they will go to sleep. What happens to daily engaging the system, searching for these places, and making sure that wherever it is, before it starts, you stop it.
You stop it. Okay.
But then we do more of public relations than
because of time.
There is something more
Because of
dangerous
time.
happening. There is teenage prostitution going on in cities in
Yes,
Nigeria,
so
like
Lagos,
Abuja. And some of them, when they get pregnant, they look for places like that where they can hide. So this teenage prostitution is also it's a big issue, contributing to this. And where they know there is a home for those teenage teenagers, they go there. They always get information from the rest. So you come to cities, you see young girls of 14, 15. It's a major thing in Lagos and Abuja and all those.
Okay, all right. The number to use is 0802-836-8971, and it's for SMSs only. Felix Ayanwu from Lagos says the government should, as a matter of urgency, step up the fight against these illegal baby factories with the aim of shutting them down and also bring the perpetrators to book. There should be a maybe stronger punishment available to serve as a deterrent to others. This other one says, good day guys, our people need to be educated. An average Igbo man can do anything to make money. Outside this country, so many are in prison for one case or the other, mostly drugs. Ben from Agege. Great Imo, Solomon was illegitimate. So after the death of the illegitimate one, thanks, well done to you all. All right, please, we implore you not to call the number, just send your SMS. All right, this one, Okoso from Idimo says, please, how can somebody go about adoption legally? Because those legal orphanages charge between 600 Naira to 1,000 Naira. I don't know if this is confirmed. Or 1 million. I don't know if this is confirmed or not. But this one says this problem is almost everywhere in Nigeria. It's just that the governor is committed at eradicating the menace. Let's join hands to eradicate this monster. Let's save our girl child and the babies born by these girls. And you put the name as Jonathan. Also, somebody mentioned something here which the issue of adoption. You know, that is one other thing that is making this illegal business to thrive. Our adoption process is tedious. You know, the bureaucracy around adopting a child. Very. So, I mean, you just want to save yourself the headache and just go buy a baby. So we have to look at that as well.
When you're solving the problems, you identify them.
Yes.
That is actually true because we've had people complain about it. I have a lawyer who told me a lady who lives in London, I've been trying to adopt a child for over a period of 1 year.
Imagine that.
Even though she's well off, she's still finding it difficult. And those who work in government act as if those are their personal children, their kids. And if you go to where these kids are kept, they are not kept in a very good environment. So why you make it difficult for people
to take them in? It is a problem.
Even a lady, there was a problem I solved through this Facebook. The lady came from, I don't know whether it's London or US, but she wanted to adopt a baby in Enugu. She kept going on and on and on and on until she got somebody who works in the welfare department. And then she was swindled by that person. Baby, she no adopt. The money she knows.